Hello everyone, happy Friday. It is Friday the 19th of December 2025. It is another week gone. We've got one more Friday left in December, and that is Boxing Day, the 26th of December. Look, how is it the end of December right already? Well, not quite the end, but it's getting pretty close. It's so close to the end of the year. I feel like it's still like June. It should be June, but it's not. It's December, obviously, and only less than a week to Christmas. So it is. Hopefully, you've got all your Christmas shopping done, and you've all your cards are all sent out, and all the other stuff that needs to have happened. I hope that's all happened for you. So, yeah. So I hope you are well and truly ready for Christmas Day. Got all your food organized of what you need to do and stuff like that. So I know I need to still go out and do a bit of food shopping for our Christmas events that we've got coming up. So we've got one on Christmas Day and then one on the Saturday. So I've got to work out what we're taking for that. I think I know what I'm doing for Christmas Day. I'm not sure what I'm doing on the Saturday, but you know. So coming up, the January to April mini catalogue is actually due out beginning of January. Sorry, hang on, I've got a hair right in my eye. Yeah, so January to April mini catalogue is actually due to be live on the early January. I don't know, somewhere in January. If you've been shopping with me this year, then you should have actually received a catalogue from me. So if you haven't, let me know if you'd like to grab a catalogue. Otherwise, speak to your local demonstrator if you've got one already, so that they can send you one. We've also got online exclusives that will be out exactly the same time as the January to April mini catalogue. So check out that. There's lots of scrapbook workshop kits and stamps and dies and papers, and there's so many beautiful products coming out in the beginning of January. You won't want to miss out. And don't forget, we've also got the product of the month. That's what it's called, product of the month. That comes out. So if you missed my video from last week, I actually was using the design series paper from the product of the month for December. Next month is a new product. Won't know what that is until it gets released. So probably around the same time, I'd say, as the January to April mini catalogue that will be released. So have a look for that. But if you haven't already got the gift with the product of the month, you need to spend $125, and in that same order, then you can actually purchase the design series paper, which is only $9. So it's a great opportunity to get some new product for a really good price. So today I thought I would share with you the Peaceful Days scrapbooking workshop kit. This kit I've actually had for quite a while, and I really love the papers, but I haven't actually shared it until now. So I thought I'll have a play with it today. Do the scrapbook pages with you today. So I hope you enjoy that. So let's scooch you down to, I need that one. Here we go. So this is the Peaceful Days scrapbooking workshop kit. That's what it's called. We'll make 6 pages. 6 pages, 3 double layouts. So I've actually I did a very small amount of prep work, because I've just noticed when I was looking at it, these 2 pages actually have the 12 by 12 that's cut in half diagonally. Not just straight up and down, but no, it's got to be diagonally. So that makes it a bit tricky. So I've actually already did a pencil mark from the corners, just so I could actually have that ready, so I know what I'm cutting and which way I'm cutting, because it can be the wrong way too. So let's start our prep. So we've got our pages. So these ones we need to chop. Those 2. That one, and that one. And then, excuse me, these are our main pages. So those ones. So I'm going to, where are we? There's 1, 2, 3. And then obviously we have our photo mats. So I'll set them aside. And then we have our die cuts. So they're the die cuts. So what I might do is I might actually just pop all them out now while I have them. And I'll do all three. Where'd my flower go? There we go. Can't lose that. So project 1. Got lots of little flowers and circles on project 1. Nope, project 3. That's 2. 3. Morning, Sam. How you going? Project 2. We're doing the scrapbook workshop kit today. If you haven't tried one of these, you really should. They are really cool. And from next year, I've got a scrap and sip that I'm going to be doing once a month. And then I've also got Stamp a Stack classes that I'm going to have. So that's all for that page. So I can get rid of that. And flip over. So I've got more circles. So I'd love for you to join me. And so what I'll do is all the scrapbook kits, I'm just going to have them out, and you can just choose which one you want. Cost is $70 for the first kit, and if you want a second kit, the second kit will be $60. And if you want a third kit, it'll be, I don't know, $55. So they're really cool kits. I love them. There hasn't been a kit that's come out that I haven't enjoyed doing. Oh, sorry. Three. That's 2, and then these ones are 1. Oh, whoopsie, I ripped it. I'm hoping it goes underneath something. Whoops. Okay. Okay, and then these ones, that's true, yep. So these ones are all just the adhesive sheets, so we'll use them as we go. So I'll pop them out of the way. Project 3, I'm going to pop over on my laptop. Project 1, you go over there. All right, so let's start with the top 2 pages. I'm going to start with these ones. And so the first one is actually chopping diagonally. So I don't know if you can see it. I have actually done a line, just a pencil line on the back, because our trimmer doesn't actually fit a piece of 12 by 12 like that. So you sort of have to work out how to do it. And I think it's going to have to be a bit of chopping, like scissors or something. I think I'm just going to have to chop it using my scissors, because it's just not going to work otherwise. So I'm hoping I've drawn the pencil line straight. I did use a couple of rulers because I also don't have a very long ruler. I only have 30cm ruler. Let's see how close I was. Oh, not too bad. I think I was pretty good. There's a few bit of slightly off, but you know, it's not too bad. Could be worse. So you've got those two. All right, so that's project 2. So I'm going to pop them over there and then pull this one in. All right, so we're going to be chopping at 1.5 inches. So this first one, I want to go that way. Okay, so we're going this way. Right, so 1.5 inches. How rough is my blade? Oh, it's a bit rough. I might switch trimmers. Let's see how bad this one is. And then another 1.5. So these are page 3. And then I've got 1.5 by 11.5. So rotate that one, and that's 11.5. That's going to be on project 2. This one back in again, and we're chopping this at 4.25, which is just a bit shy of the 11 centimeters. And then this is 10.75 inches. And that is number 3. And then 1.5 inches again. That one's our leftovers, and we're going 5.5, which is page 2, 1 inch and 1 inch. And they're both, one's 2 and one's 3. All right, so that's the first one. So then we've got our birds. And our birds need to be flying like that. But we're chopping this way. So this first one is 8.5 inches. And by 10.5. And that's page 2. And then this one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 half inches. So go rotate it that way. I don't think it's going to matter too much. But I'm going to use the measurement on this side of the trimmer. It doesn't really matter too overly much, but you know, 1. Let's say 1/2 inch. I did chop that right, didn't I? Hang on. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, no, sorry. This one's not the one. That's the bottom. It's this one I'm doing. I'm doing the long one. Hang on. But, sorry, I can use the little scraps. That's 1/2 inch, and I need, what, 10.25? No, because it's 8.5. So I can do one that's 8 inches. So I'm just looking at this going, okay, so that was 8 inches, that's 6.5 inches. So I could actually do another 1/2 inch off the small strip. So that's number 1. So I'm just utilizing the smaller piece at the moment. You know, sometimes it's good not to let things go to waste. So that one, and that's 6.5 inches. And that's number 1. Okay. Go back to this one, and I want 2.5 inches. And they're going to be cut down. And then I want a I want a 2.5, so I'm going to rotate that and do a 2.5. That's our scrap, and then that's 1.25. That's number 3. This one is 10.25, which is just a smidge bigger than 26 centimeters, and that's number 1. And this one is 9.5 inches. And that's page 1. Okay, so there are our little scraps so far on that side. I've got another birdie one that I'm doing. I think I want it that way, and we're chopping this way. So we're doing 8.5 by 8.5 inches. So that one's off. Rotate this at 8.5 inches. And that's page 2. All right. Oh, check that out. Lots of little strips. Lots of little ones. So it's all 1/2 inches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 1/2 inch, and then a 3/4 inch. All right, so this one I'm actually just going to use this side and just try and shove it out quickly. I said 10, didn't I? Oops. I don't think it's going to matter where it's come from off this paper. Just have to keep chopping till I get down to, what, 7 inches on the other side. All right, so I'm at 7 inches on this side. I believe that's the 10. And then I want 3/4 inch. Right about there. There. Oops. All right. So I think that's it for that one. So this one, 3/4 inch, and we want 5 inches. That's our scrap. And that 5 inch is page 2. All right, so starting from this one, we've got 1/2 inch by 12 inches. So that's those two. So that's page 3. And then we have 1/2 inch by 6.5, and then 5.5. So chop at 6.5. And then we have 2 strips. Page 1. That's that one. And then I've got a 10 inch. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 inches. So 10 inches. One, 2, 3, 4. I can line them up so then I can just chop them at the same time. Come on, line up. There we go. That still didn't line up. 9 inches, and they're all page 1, and then I've got 2 at 6 3/4. Six and 3/4 right there, and they are both page 1. All right. Whew. Cloud cover. This one. So we've got more half inches, but I think I might just try and do this 7 inches by 7 3/4 first, because that's a big piece. 7 by 7 3/4, and that is page 3. And then I have this bit left over, which is I could do that. Could I? So I'm going to chop it at 5 inches. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all page 1. And then I need 4 3/4. Oh, what's that one? I wouldn't be so lucky. No. So they're scraps. 4 3/4. And that's 1/2 inch as well. Okay. So that's all of these ones. Yes. Flip over, and we've got our crumb cake on the dark side, and we're going 4 1/4 inches. So these are going to be photo mats by the sound of it, by the look of it, a lot of them anyway. 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and 4 1/4. They're both for 1, and then I want 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's page 1. And then we have 4 1/4 again. And this is again 4 1/4. Page 1. And then we want 5 1/4. And then this one is chopped diagonally. Yes. And they're both for 3. And then, sorry, nope. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that is page 1. All right, so then we have pecan pie, and this one is 6 1/4. This is where I always get a bit confused, because it's harder to see because it's not white. There's 6 1/4. And I want that 7 1/2. And this is page 3. And then I want 4 1/4. that. Hang on. I want 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. My brain, hang on. Okay, so that's 6 1/4 that way, and I want 4 1/4 this way. That took a bit too much of my brain power. Okay, so that one is for page 3. Whew. And then this one is, I need 3 1/4. Okay. Sometimes you get yourself confused a bit. I want 4 1/4 and 3 1/4. And I think that is all my chopping. So that's page 3. So they're all our leftovers, all our offcuts. And I'll just put them back into the little bag. All right, on to assemblage. Now it has actually suggested that you can use the embossing folder for this next bit, but I haven't chosen not to, just because I think it'll just take a tiny bit too long to do. So let's just assemble as we know. So we'll start with the pages first. So we'll start with this one. Last page. So that's all page 2. So I'm just now throw that underneath there. And then page 3. So pop all those ones onto there. Oops. Move my mouse. There we go. I can move them out of the way now. All right. Page 1. So we have all of our pieces here. So what we have is adhere photos to the 1J, 1K, 1W, and 1V. So we've got 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3. So it's all hang on, those ones. Yes. So in here, there we go. So that one. So we're going to have that. So we've got a photo mat, and photo mat. So let's just glue them down. I know normally I don't tend to use photo mats, like the placeholder, the photo holder, but I'm going to today. Not a lot of glue, just a bit of glue to keep it in place. And then adhere the pre-cut journaling one. So this can actually be a bit more glue. So I've got those pieces ready to go. And so then we have our circles. So we've got, not that one, that's going to be probably that one and that one. Oops, here. So Misty Moonlight splatter paper for your base. Adhere the cloud cover pre-cut circles. And so we do actually have our little ruler to tell us how far down and everything. So you can do that if you want. Hey, morning, Deb. How are you going? Going all right? Where's that going? That's 1 inch that way. Doesn't actually tell me how far that way. It's at least 2¼ inches. One, two, it's probably about there-ish. I think we're probably about there for that circle. Let's put that one down there. Keeping cool. Oh, that's very, very wise, because it's going to be horrendous today. I think it was top of 41 here in our little suburb of West Pennant Hills. Quite a hot day for the last day of term. Yay! I'm a bit excited about the last day of term. If you haven't been able to tell. All right, so we have our, let's go, one of our photo mats. So they look like they're the same size, those ones, don't they? Yep. So one's going to go there, one's going to go this way, but we're not going to stick them down yet because we need to do our little stripes of paper. So what have we got? We have one of them. Do we have that one? No, hang on. What have we got? One, two, three, four, five, six. I need 6 strips on the other side. So I need 1, 2, 3 on this side, I think. One, two, and that looks like a short one. So if I just flip over the other side, we've got a couple of short ones on this side. So those two. I think that one. So that's up there. And then I've got 2 longer ones by the look of it. That one maybe. Those two look the same. And that one. And I assume that's 2 little ones between this one. I think. So I'll flip back over. This is where it would be really helpful to actually label them. But, you know, like, do I need to? I've made them short so then you can feel like I'm missing a strip somewhere. That one, that one, that one. Maybe that one. Oh, hang on. Okay, so that's those two. Those two go. Those ones go together. That's the second page. I think that's how we're working it. There we go. I think it's like that. So this is where it sort of it comes in going, what are you going to do? Just work with what you got. Oops. I will try and use my T ruler though. I think we're a bit higher. I think we need to be a bit higher. Something like that. You could actually stamp on these, but I'm just going to leave them a bit plain, I think. Because these are the ones where you could do, you could actually emboss them. And then this one can go out this way. I think they made them short so you could emboss, but you know, that's not happening. I think I want it longer than that one. But I think that one could be too long. Hang on. That one. Alright, so that's that. And then we could actually put that one straight over the top there. Something like that. And then this one up here, I think we want to probably move down a tiny bit. And we've got that strip, that one, these ones, and then this one. Okay. So that one. You could probably use liquid glue for this, but I'm just going to use the seal. And this one, you want to go the dark side. This one's going to go a bit further out. And this one's going to go a bit further out. And then there we go. And then we can get our other photo mat. And this one can go out there. Before I do that, I'm going to just pop this one underneath. All right. So then I've got the cherished and loved. And these circles, I think, obviously go on the other page, so that's okay. You've got the leaf that I ripped. Oh, they're white too. There you go. And you've got the dove, and you've got the two flowers. So then these ones, I think we'll put some dimensionals on. Put some dimensionals on the dove. No, that trimmer's going to fall. I don't need the trimmer anymore. So I'll put one in the center, 2 on the dove, and then our little adhesive sheet. Wow, I haven't even got through one page and it's already 10:40. How'd that happen? So just there's lots of chopping on this one or what? This might be a long day. So I've got our little heart, which I'm going to put about there. We do have our leaves. So this one here, I do have some glue dots, so I need some glue dots for this one. I don't want to get the liquid glue out. So this one, oh, maybe I'll finish this off next week. Let's do our little ripped leaf there. And then we have, oh, which ones? That one. Maybe that one. I don't really want to be putting that on top of there. I'm happy with that one going that way and straight down, but I think I don't want to put that one flat because I will want to put a photo underneath. So I'm actually going to pop this one up. So I can try and keep it so I can add photos a bit later. And then we have our flower, which I'm going to put on the stuck down side because I've got a dimensional on it. And then we've got another little leaf over this side. I've got a little leaf there, a little flower there. Oh, what have we got? I've got big ones. Huh. Which one's which? Okay, must be the small one. The small one must be over here. All right, we can glue this one down, the cherished and loved. And then we'll just glue this one straight down as well. And then another little heart goes under here. And then we have 3, almost looks like 3 leaves. Oh, but it's this one. Here we go. It's that one, which I'm going to try and move off a bit to the side. If I do that, then I can actually try and make that a bit less tacky. And then that one can go there. Then we've got a flower that can go in the center. And we've got our dove. That will sit there. Oh, and another little heart. There we go. So that's page 1, 1A. Page 1A. So you got 2 places for the photos. I think I'm going to do page 1B, and then I think I'll do the rest of it next week. Sorry. It'll probably be a quicker video next week too. All right, so we have our base. we've got our photo mats, and then we have our circles. So we've got 3 circles. One that's going to go about there, one that's about there. So this is the Peaceful Days kit, scrapbook workshop kit. So it's this one. So it's the paper we used for, what was it, Creativity Now, the demonstrator event. So it's a lovely, lovely kit. I've been putting it off and wanting to do it online, but I just haven't actually had the thought to do it until now. So let's layer these ones down. I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to glue. I think I probably want it about there, I think. It's actually going, oh, the things are going underneath. Some of the strips are going underneath the... Yeah, so I think it's not until you actually do it that you go, oh, that is nice. So where are all my little strips now? I've put them aside. Let's figure out what's what now. Okay, so I think this is probably the one that's the most intricate, I guess, because you try to figure out what's what, which strip goes with what. And I think that's part of the issue. So that one's going to go there. I think they're both the same, so I think this net needs to come back up. And then these 2 go in there. You've got 2 that are meant to be about the same. So, oh, there we go. Okay. That's meant to be about the same. That's meant to be extra long. That one's meant to be shorter. So pull this one back. I hope we don't rip anything. No, rip something. There you go. So instead of going about there, I want that one, that one. Oop. Finish that one off. So we're going to go about there, I think. And then these guys, the dark side again, is what we want. And they're going to go a bit longer. And then that one's going to go underneath. Oops. And that's going to cover up a multitude of sins. Oh, all right. And then we have these 3. So glue, glue, glue. Let's put this one in the center. Well, in the center of the bits. More towards that end. More towards that end. And then the same for these 3. One, 2, 3. So we'll try and start with the center bit. That's the shorter one, so I want that one at the top. And this one at the bottom. There we go. And then we have our photo mats, our photos. going to be about there. There we go. And then we'll do dimensionals on this, on the bird, on the dove. And then we have, that one's going to come down this way. Again, just some glue dots I'm putting on this one. I think I did actually rip this other leaf as well. Whoops. And then we've got this one. No, hang on. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3. So this one first. It's going to go that way. I've got a little one that's going to go that way. Another little one that's going to go down here. And then these two will have dimensionals. And then you've got the dove. There, that's page 1A and 1B. And then you still have lots of things to put onto pages. I think I will. I'll finish these off, them off next week, just because I feel like I've run out of time. Which is, yeah, I have. It's almost an hour. So it's the Peaceful Days kit. So I'll actually do these two and these two next week. It'll probably end up being pre-recorded because it is actually Boxing Day next week. So I probably won't be online specifically live, but I will make sure it's actually pre-recorded for you so you can see that. But they're the pages so far. That's really quite pretty. It's a beautiful kit. It costs $63, and you get everything you need in there. Like you can add on the Peaceful Greenery Embossing folder, which I did actually get out, but I just didn't use. So that's the Peaceful Greenery Embossing folder. So you can actually get that too. And there's a couple of stamp sets that you could probably coordinate with it as well. So you could stamp on these little strips. These little strips here. You can quite easily stamp on them, add some ink or whatever. So you can do that too. To the kit. So yeah. So that is the Peaceful Days Scrapbook Workshop kit, at least a third of it. Obviously I've done all the chopping and everything ready to go, so I can finish that off next week fairly easily for you. So I hope you will join me next week. Even though I may not be live, I will have a video for you. And then the following week, yeah, I'm like, what is that? Is that New Year's Day? No, it's the 2nd. I think it's the 2nd. So we'll have a look at that too and see what we can do then. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, don't forget the product of the month is on right now until it sells out. It's the design series paper. So if you, as again said, if you didn't catch me last week, check out that video from last week. I think it's like blues, florals and stuff like it's. Check out my video from last week and you'll see what I mean. So I made a few cards and a box last week out of the design series paper. So go and check that out. I'd love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. So Stampin with Sharon AU. You can go and check me out there. But I hope you have a fabulous Christmas next week. If you celebrate, if you don't celebrate, I hope you have a nice public holiday. Have a lovely, lovely festive season, as they say as well. And I'll see you again soon. But yeah, check out all the beautiful products that are on at the moment. There's lots of things going on the discontinued list as well. So go and check out all those things out that are actually retiring, that you won't want to miss, and will be heavily discounted. So it's a great time to buy lots of things and stock up. So you can always shop with me, stampinwithsharon.com.au, and click on shop now. And I would love to have you as one of my customers. So thank you so much. I will see you again next time, but have a fabulous Christmas and New Year, and make sure you're safe. So be safe. Bye for now.